And welcome to World War G. I'm Troy.
Troy is literally one of a kind. He's a goblin or a hobbit or a kobold, which is a type of gremlin.
I'm AJ.
Your name's just letters. You suck, AJ.
You're playing with a busted limb.
Exactly.
Playing hurt.
Fighting through the pain. I'm like Michael Jordan over here.
But Michael Jordan played better when he was injured or sick.
So perhaps I'll podcast better.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I expect this podcast to be awesome from you.
Deal.
All right.
I brought my A game.
All right. Well, besides that, how's your week been?
Pretty decent. Not too shabby. Like, I know we were about to talk about like our weeks. You know, we'll typically sit down, I don't know, chat for a little bit before we start the podcast. Mm-hmm. But you're like, nope, I'm saving it for the podcast. Mm-hmm. This is gonna be good. Yeah. So I'm expecting something good here.
Yeah, I've had quite the week. Okay. So for those listening who may not know, I deliver packages for Amazon.
Yeah.
And I work Wednesday through Saturday. I have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off. It has nothing to do with the story, but just saying. So Wednesday, I start my route. I'm going good. About stop 10 or 11, I drop off the package. I go to shut the sliding door. I think that it's shut. It wasn't really.
No.
I drive off to go to the next house. The door opens, falls off.
The whole door?
The sliding door fell off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what? Yeah. It fell off. And so now I got to deal with this.
So then you have to pick it up, take it back, load all that other stuff into another
Now, here's what I had to do. So I leaned it up against the van. I had to call the station. I guess this happened in this van before. You know, thanks for telling me, but okay. The boss comes with his toolkit and puts the door back on.
Okay.
And he says, "Oh, by the way, don't open this door all the way; it'll fall off." Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling me. So now I'm playing catch up the entire day,
right?
Because I had to waste an hour for this door thing.
At least you weren't too far out, though, right?
That's true, but still, it put me behind. Anyway, that was Wednesday. Thursday.
Yeah. Or as I like to call it, Friday Eve. It makes it feel a little better.
Okay, fair enough. It's actually my Tuesday, but... So, Thursday, it's this very end of my shift, all right? I have 8 more stops left.
Okay.
Of 100 and something.
You're in the home stretch?
Yeah, home stretch. I go drop off the packages to this place. I go back. I have a little dolly, right?
Right.
So I load the dolly into the van, and I put my little device, my little delivery device on the shelf. I jump back into the driver's seat, throw it in drive, realize, oh, I forgot my device. I throw it back in park. What I think is park.
Yeah.
Go get my device. As soon as I pick it up, the van lurches forward, smacks into a parked car.
Oh, my hell. Wow.
So I think what I did was, when I tried to put it in a park, it went into I don't know, the middle of park in neutral or something.
Yeah.
And just fell out of gear.
Your boss tells you, hey, by the way, make sure it's all...
Yeah. But luckily, the guy was super cool about it. Yeah. Couldn't have been nicer. He said, I probably won't even file a claim because how old this car is.
Right.
It's it has a crack in his bumper. There was more damage to the van than his car.
Right.
So he didn't file a claim. It was an easy fix on the van. So I'm like, okay, great. Friday, we have more routes than people.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
More people than routes. Reverse that. We have more people than routes. So we're looking for volunteers to leave. I'm like, I'll go home.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need a day. So Friday, it didn't work. That's when I went and saw the movie, which...
yeah. We'll get to later.
So Friday's good. Friday's fine. I had a nice day Friday. Saturday, fairly normal day, except I go to this truck stop / convenience store because have you seen the Amazon lockers around?
Yeah.
I had one of those. I had to go drop off a package of one of those lockers. So I thought, well, I'm here. I need to use the restroom. So I go into the restroom. I'm in the stall. I'm sitting there, doing my business. And about 5 stalls down, there's a guy that is having issues, let's say.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like you took a pitcher of water with like orange peels in it,
Flush,
and was dumping it into the toilet.
Yeah.
Like, that's what this sounds like. Not only that, but he is running off a stream of curse words I've never heard since somebody had Tourette's. Like, I'm hearing this. I'm also hearing, "Oh, son of a bitch, motherfucker, cocksucker, bitch!" I'm like,
all right.
what is happening to this man? Like, I think he's like rectum fell out. Like, there's
You have to perform an exorcism.
yeah, right. So I'm sitting there. I'm just like sitting there quiet, like.
See, I'm a much more courteous pooper. Like, so yeah.
Yeah, me too. I try to be as quiet as possible.
Same. I'll even do like the courteous. Well, I'll do like the flush, and then like that's when you push.
Yeah.
Kind of a deal. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
I hope next week's just a normal week. That's all I want. That's all I want. Actually, one of our drivers a few weeks ago was mauled by a pit bull.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Still out?
No, he came back, but
everybody like gave him a standing ovation.
His arm's in a cast, and he had a sling, not a cast. He's in a sling, and he had a bunch of stitches.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you guys get like spray at all?
No. I should buy some.
But you get like a little handy device.
Yeah. So now I'm really cautious, really gun shy when it comes to dogs.
When you see one, like usually you just like open the gate, go in.
Well, sometimes you'll see like a beware of dog sign on the fence.
Yes.
So I'll like make noise or whistle or something.
Kind of, if it's there.
If it's there, it'll come running.
All right.
Yeah.
Start kind of clapping for it.
Yeah. Luckily, I haven't had any issues with dogs too much.
But tune in next week.
Yeah.
When Troy gives us another recap.
I did have a close call, though, kind of a scare. I went and dropped off a package. As soon as I dropped the package, the dog came running around the corner.
Oh, okay.
Fortunately, it was friendly.
Oh, okay.
Well, I wouldn't say it was friendly. It wasn't mean, but it wasn't like super friendly. It was kind of like apathetic, like you were just staring at me.
Yeah. Never like you hear about all these like stories about traumatic stories about people getting like attacked by a dog as a child and then they hate dogs. Like I never had one of those issues.
I got attacked by a dog as a kid.
I had like a dog once like come charging at me and I was on my bike, so I just jumped on the other side of the bike and just kind of like put the bike in between me and the dog until the owner started to come in, and like but I was so ready like to just punch it if I had to.
Oh yeah,
like yeah. But
no, I remember I was in 2nd grade. I was at a friend's house and his dog attacked me.
Oh geez.
Like like jumped, like was chomping on my face.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That explains a lot.
Right?
Like the deformity.
I know.
See, that's why you've got a podcasting face.
I know. I have a great face for podcasting.
And voice acting.
Yeah.
Were you eating something and it just...
No.
No? Really? Just,
unprovoked.
Yeah.
It
wasn't Joel's dog, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Joel's dogs have always been super nice.
Okay.
Anyway, that was my week.
You know what would make your week a little better?
What's that?
A nice Mountain Dew.
I agree. So let's get to, how does it taste?
How does that taste? How does that taste? How does it taste?
So in my travels, like I said, I go to a bunch of different gas stations and stuff, and I found this Mountain Dew Spark. I'd never heard of this. I didn't even know it was coming out.
Yeah, same.
Apparently, it's dew with a blast of raspberry lemonade, which sounds delightful.
It really does. I have high hopes for this. It better not disappoint.
So let's open this up. Let's give it a sniff. Ooh. Ooh, that's pleasant. I like that. That smells really good.
That it is.
All right, let's take a swig. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
It doesn't taste like Mountain Dew. I was waiting for that hint of Mountain Dew somewhere in there.
I taste mostly raspberry.
Same. Raspberry and an aftertaste of like lemon.
Yeah, I get a little bit of lemon at the very end, but I taste mostly raspberry. It's good, though.
It is. I'm trying to think if there's something like...
Nothing wrong with that.
It kind of reminds me of something else, but I can't think of... Country Time, like that raspberry Country Time lemonade.
Oh, yeah, like a caffeinated version of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, like a fizzy version of that. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's refreshing.
It is. Do we know when it actually dropped?
It had to be within, like, the last month.
Right.
Because that's when I started seeing it.
See, and here's the problem, is Mountain Dew comes out with so many different flavors that are limited time, and they're delicious, and then you're like, hey, wait, why don't you bring that back?
Yeah.
You know, keep that around on shelves.
Yeah. So, here's a new thing I want to start adding to this segment.
Okay.
What junk food would pair nicely with this Mountain Dew Spark, do you think?
I'm thinking something like salty and crunchy. Perhaps some like...
So, chips?
No, I'm thinking like, maybe like corn nuts.
Corn nuts, really?
Yeah. Pop some corn nuts.
I was thinking like, maybe like the Flamin' Hot Cheetos or something. Because you get the heat, and then you drink this, and it kind of get a cooling off effect.
I feel like the only problem with that is that where this is carbonated, you know, you eat something spicy and then you have something carbonated, it almost enhances that. It's like throwing Pop Rocks or something into the, like adding fuel to the fire that's in your mouth.
All right, fair enough. Corn nuts is not a bad. It's not a bad.
I'm thinking something kind of neutral that's still like saltier that you'd need something to kind of. Yeah.
You know what might be good with this?
What's that?
A nice corn dog.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, but you don't put ketchup on your corn dogs, do you?
Here's what I do. I have a system.
Okay.
I'll get a bunch of ketchup and mustard packets.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put them both side by side, and then I'll dip the corn dog into both.
I have a random confession. I only put mustard on it, but a lot of the times I'll just crack the mustard packet, squeeze the mustard into my mouth, like suck the packet, and then bite into the corn dog. I'll even do that when I'm eating like tacos. If I've got hot sauce packets, I just kind of...
Why are you sucking the packets?
I don't know.
What?
I for whatever reason, I'm just like, because it makes less of a mess. Because like I'll sometimes put the hot sauce across the packet, and then you bite into it, and then it gets like all over your fingers or something. This is just
okay.
Plus, I love mustard. It's so damn delicious.
Do you not put ketchup on anything, like a hot dog or something?
I don't even own a ketchup bottle.
Really?
Yeah. No.
Are you anti-ketchup?
I am a little bit. Yeah. Because. Okay, if tomatoes are a fruit, then ketchup is a smoothie, and that's just weird. That.
Well, mustard's from like mustard seeds,
right? Oh, I love Dijon, like any mustard. I'll eat the hell out of it. It's delicious. I've got 2 bottles of mustard.
Okay. Hey, I like a good mustard. Don't get me wrong. Okay.
I won't like squirt the whole bottle. Like that's when I would actually like pour it out and then dip.
Well, I'm wondering. It's like,
where do you draw the line?
Just squirt mustard in your mouth?
Condiments in general, I like them.
I'm a big fan.
Oh, same.
I'm a big fan of condiments.
Just putting sriracha or mustard or barbecue sauce. I use a lot of Devil's Spit, that famous Dave's stuff. Yeah. It's delicious.
Yeah, there are purists out there that like, you say you don't put anything on a hot dog, you don't put anything on a steak.
Right.
I'm like, nah. Give me a little something.
Yeah.
I can't eat a dry hot dog.
No.
I gotta have something on it.
You're not gonna raw dog that hot dog.
No, I can't have a dry wiener.
You ever seen those things where it's just like day 115 without sex? You know, I ate 2 Popeye's biscuits, no water, just to feel like, you know, or just to get choked. You need something like a spoonful of something to help the food go down.
Exactly.
Mary Poppins knew what she was talking about.
She taught us. Spoonful of sugar helps the wiener go down. Wasn't that the song? I don't remember.
I think it was something
I think that's something like that. I think she was singing that to the children. All right, let's get to Happy Birth, Death Day. This is when we take a look back at all the people of note that were born and died on this day. And it's also fun to see if AJ knows any of these people.
I'm ready.
All right. Born on this day, January 30th, 1882, Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Former president.
Yes. Bonus points if you tell me what number he was.
Roosevelt. 36. 34th. I'm throwing out numbers.
What's your final answer?
Was I even in the ballpark?
Yes.
34th.
Close. 32nd.
Damn it. All right. I'm like, okay, where are we at?
Yep. Famous for being the president during World War II.
Didn't he also have did he actually have a bear on the White House property?
I think you're thinking Teddy Roosevelt.
Oh, yeah.
Who was a distant relative. All right. Also, FDR had polio, so he's in a wheelchair. Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Didn't they make a film recently about him?
They made a lot of films about him.
Right?
There was one where he was played by Bill Murray. That apparently was pretty good. But anyway. Also born on this day in 1930, Gene Hackman.
I know he's an actor.
Yes, he is.
Comedian?
No.
Actor?
No.
No.
Very serious actor.
All right.
You'll probably know him best as Lex Luthor in the Superman. Old Superman movies.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Retired. He retired several years ago. Born on this day in 1941, Dick Cheney.
Wow, there's quite a few like presidents and yeah.
He was the vice president.
Okay.
Bonus points, you can tell me what number vice president he was.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I thought you were coughing like to kind of give me the answer here. Like, as he throws up some numbers or whatever.
It was a Mountain Dew.
41st.
Ooh. Close. 46th.
Damn. All right. In the ballpark.
Born on this day, 1951, Phil Collins.
Phil Collins? Phil Collins?
Phil Collins? Question mark? Yes, Phil Collins.
Okay. No. Like, isn't that in Groundhog's Day? Is that...
His name's Phil Connors.
Oh. Another celebrity.
Yes.
Trying to think of any movies by him.
He's not an actor.
Oh, really? Nope.
No, not an actor.
Okay, throw it out there.
He's a musician.
Oh, okay.
He did the Tarzan soundtrack.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
That one had no reason being that good.
That one slaps, as the kids say.
It certainly does.
That's a good soundtrack.
It is.
1974. Born on this day, Christian Bale.
The actor? Yeah. I'm familiar with him.
Yeah.
Batman.
Batman.
One of the best Batmans.
Yes. I don't know. We'll see. We'll wait and see what Robert Pattinson does.
If that movie is even coming out. There's some speculation that it might not happen or something's
It
going on.
keeps getting pushed back.
Yeah. It's because he's doing another Twilight movie. That's what it is.
Yeah. Also born on this day in 1987. I don't expect you to know this person. Rebecca Knox, a.k.a. Becky Lynch.
A famous serial killer.
No. She is a professional wrestler.
Oh, okay.
She's a current professional wrestler.
She pretty good?
Oh, yes. She is good. She...
Does she have a go-to move?
What is her... I can't remember now. But she's done a lot to help, female wrestlers become more legitimate.
Okay.
Yeah. Whereas before, in the old days, female wrestlers were just there to look pretty, and they'd have bra and panty matches and mud wrestling.
Yeah.
But she's done a lot to be an actual legit athlete. So, let's talk about those who died today. In 1649, going way back, Charles I, King of England, was beheaded for treason.
Okay.
On this day. What that treason was, I don't know. I didn't care enough to look it up. In 1836.
But it's pretty crazy that royalty gets beheaded for treason.
I guess, sometimes people rise up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes people have enough. Died on this day in 1836. Betsy Ross. She died at the age of 84. AJ, who is Betsy Ross? Pretty big in American culture.
She is. She's an African-American woman.
She is not.
No?
No.
Betsy Ross. What the? Oh, I was thinking somebody. Yeah.
I don't know who you were thinking of. Betsy Ross.
Damn it. I know I should know this.
Betsy Ross.
Damn you, Ben Lomond. You failed me once again.
I went to Ben Lomond. I know who she is.
Okay, who is she?
She was the seamstress that George Washington went to make the flag.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Also died on this day in 1948 at the age of 78, Mahatma Gandhi.
I do know that gentleman.
And by died, I mean he was assassinated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also died on this day, the same day, in 1948, exact same year, Orville Wright died at the age of 76.
Really? There's quite a few famous, historical figures that have died on this day.
I assume you know who Orville Wright is.
Shit. I blame you. It's podcast brain. All of a sudden, it's just the knowledge. Had you not asked me about that, probably could have told you. Shit.
Think about his last name, Orville Wright. Right.
One of the Wright brothers.
There you go.
There you go.
Yep. All right. It's just funny, just the blank stare.
Oh, yeah. Blood just ran out of my face, pasty white looking thing. Yeah. I'm just oh, man.
It's my entertainment for the week.
Thank you. This will help you have a better week, Troy.
It will. Starting off good. All right, let's get to...
Okay, although, all kidding aside,
yeah,
I knew for the most part, more than half.
You did?
Yeah.
You did?
I'm taking it as a win.
All right.
C's get degrees.
Take the W. It's fine. Let's get to This Week in Geek.
This Week in Geek.
So, there was a newly discovered moth recently. Let me go into this here. West Virginia's Mothman legend dates back to 1966, when gravediggers claimed to see a giant creature, a brown human being, quickly moving between trees. Days later, others reported seeing a winged beast with glowing red eyes, standing as tall as 7 feet.
Mhm.
From there, the tale of Mothman grew, with hundreds more saying that they had seen it. It wasn't thought to be a benevolent beast either. People blamed Mothman for death, destruction, and everything else. Let's see. The recently found leaf hopper moth named, doesn't exactly match that description, but the insect does resemble the fabled legend in an unsettling way.
Eyes, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It has a silver, metallic-looking body, bright red eyes, and it's thought that this bug served as the real-life inspiration for Mothman. Although that took place, because they even have a Mothman statue in Point Pleasant, West Virginia,
Mm-hmm.
but this moth that they found was in Uganda, so kind of a little bit further away. And
a little bit.
Just a little bit, you know, a hop, skip, and a jump away.
A couple of miles.
But this kind of sparked, because I've always been fascinated with lore and myth and, you know, that kind of stuff. And I wanted to talk about, like, more local creatures,
Mm-hmm.
and see kind of your thoughts and if any of them you could actually find yourself believing in, possibly. Yeah,
Okay.
I know how much of a skeptic you are,
Uh-huh.
but you've got ones like Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, the Yeti, Chupacabra from Puerto Rico, the Jersey Devil in New Jersey,
Mm-hmm.
that leather-winged bat-looking creature,
Right.
the Kraken. You've got like a ton of different ones to choose from. Are there any of them that you like, first off, and then any of them that you could actually find yourself possibly believing in, or no?
If there's any of those that could possibly, maybe exist,
Yeah.
I would say Bigfoot.
Okay.
Because I could see that there are a handful of giant ape-like creatures
That's
out
just roaming around in the woods.
out in the northwest forest shore.
Right.
That at least is somewhat plausible.
I've never been a believer as far as like the photos that are taken.
No.
You know, that's just people dressing up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one, I'm kind of like leaning towards that one.
Sure.
Possibly, because I think all the other ones, okay, like Loch Ness Monster, I don't know, because the world is, I heard something recently, it was kind of funny. I was talking to my boss, and yeah, he's very right-winged, and I jokingly said, hey, I was just like, hey, the Earth is 70% water, but it's not carbonated, so that makes it flat. And he got all pissed off at me. It was great.
That's pretty good.
But there's so much water out there. Like, maybe not a kraken, but I think that there could be larger sea creatures that we've yet to really see, because
oh yeah,
we've explored more of space than we have of our own backyard.
Yeah.
So I would be more leaning towards there being some megalodon-looking creature out there.
But as far as Loch Ness goes, the Loch Ness Monster, Loch Ness is basically akin to, like, if you want to get local about it, like Bear Lake.
Yeah.
Like,
everybody's got a Nessie.
Yeah,
like
there's nothing in that lake.
Some big ass carps.
Yeah, like that's pretty much it.
Although they get ginormous. I told you about the time that my friend, his dog, right?
No.
Okay, so we were up at the dam, and we were just over by kind of like the yacht area, just playing around in the water. His mom was there, and she had her little poodle that she was like letting swim in the water. All of a sudden, the dog's swimming around, and we just see a splash and a tail go under the water. The dog's gone. A carp just went up and ate it.
A carp ate the dog?
Ate the dog, and it was gone. We never saw that dog again. His mom was so like upset and just crying and like yeah, because she's like, oh, that's so cute. Like she was taking pictures of him, playing in the water, splashing in the water, and then it just disappeared.
Carpe Dog
Yeah,
sees the dog.
that's exactly what the carp did. But they get up to like 200 pounds. Like they're ginormous.
Yeah. If they're just like left to their own devices, like those. So here in Utah, we have a local amusement park called Lagoon.
Yes.
Now, when you go on the train at Lagoon,
those
you
koi
pass
fish,
over that.
the carps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a few down there that are big.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They look like the size of like a shark.
Yeah. Because they're just eating all the crap at the bottom, and they're just living there forever.
They're throwing like their funnel cake and other stuff into the water, feeding them
dry wieners.
Choke on this, you big.
Choke on my dry wiener. But speaking of local legends,
yes.
I was just running through this. The Bear Lake Monster.
Yeah.
Found in Bear Lake on the border of Utah and Idaho. First spotted in the late 1800s, the monster is described as something that looks very much like a giant alligator or crocodile, except it possesses prehistoric dimensions. Sightings have been few and far between since that time, but there was once a claimed sighting in 2004.
Okay.
So maybe back in the 1800s there was some sort of giant creature that lived there.
Right.
But it's probably long since dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's cool to have those legends, and I think, I don't know, it adds something to, a lot of it is just kind of to get tourists there, but I think it's cool that we still have those, and we kind of, there's some mystery still left on Earth.
Yeah. Sure. Speaking of local legends.
Yes.
We don't do many sports stories here.
No.
Hardly at all. But when it comes to, if there's a story that comes across our desk.
Yeah.
Because we have a podcast desk.
We do.
And a team. And when one of our team members say, hey, here's something you might want to look at, sometimes we just got to do it. John Stockton, who played for the Utah Jazz for
quite a few years.
15, 16 seasons?
Like maybe 18. I don't know. It was a long time.
Yeah. I said local legend here.
Stockton and Malone, they kind of go hand in hand.
Well, it turns out, just because you're a famous and popular basketball player doesn't equate being intelligent. And this sucks because John Stockton was always my favorite basketball player.
Oh, same. That's the whole reason I wanted to be 6'2", because that was his height.
Yeah.
When he sent the Utah Jazz to the NBA Finals, man.
Yeah. Well, he
went to, that's the thing. He went to this school, Gonzaga.
He did.
And his son attended there.
Mm-hmm. However, he has now been suspended. His season tickets have been cut off because he refused to wear a mask in the sporting arena.
Yeah. Especially for being I think what it had to do a little bit is because he has a bigger name and a bigger face, that not wearing a mask.
Well, apparently he's been pretty outspoken about the pandemic and vaccines.
Yeah.
This is what he said. He said, basically, it came down to they're asking me to wear a mask to the games, and being a public figure, someone a little bit more visible, I stuck out in a crowd a little bit.
All right.
And therefore, they received complaints and felt like from whatever the higher-ups, those weren't discussed, but from whatever it was higher up, they were going to have to either ask me to wear a mask or they were going to suspend my tickets.
I thought that they did. I know with a lot of these arenas, They are letting more and more people in, but they're also doing like kind of social distancing. Even at the Jazz games, they'll do that, where they kind of like spread fans out. They strongly encourage them to wear masks.
Yeah.
And then but then they also kind of try to do social distancing, wipe down all the seats and everything at all.
But and here's the thing with the masks. The only time I really wear one, like, I have to wear one at work when I'm in the warehouse and we're loading up. And if I ever go to a business, I put one on. Otherwise, I don't wear one.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the masks, they're not protecting you. They're protecting other people from you.
Right. Because you could like have it without even knowing it.
You can be asymptomatic.
Right.
So that's what people don't understand. It's like, not wearing it, you're basically saying, I don't care about the people around me. Essentially. But anyway, that's a whole other thing we could get into.
They did recently, because of that different variant that came out, we have to start wearing them. Like so they initially said, okay, everybody's like good not to wear them at my work, but then now that this thing came out, they're kind of going back to mask wearing.
Yeah, ours too.
At least not like the customers don't have to, but yeah, we do. We do.
Yeah.
But I did hear that with like that variant, the Omicron one, or the Pokemon, or the Megadon, I don't know.
The Megatron.
Megatron. I did hear with that one where if you did get the vaccine, you're much more likely to get that one or to be a carrier of it, or...
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard it's not as bad.
Yeah.
Like,
as far as like taking your sense of smell or your taste away.
So, I mean, that's something, but still.
Yeah.
It just comes down to being courteous, that's all.
Yeah. Is that going to be a common thing for going forward, you think, for years to come? Like larger groups wearing a mask, or if you're like traveling on planes, wear a mask?
Probably. But you know what? We wouldn't have to if everybody just got vaccinated.
Okay, so they do that over in like China and these other countries. Like I used to not like poke fun at it, but I thought it was like really courteous of them to, if they're sick and they still needed to go out and do stuff, that they would just wear a mask. Because you'd like see pictures where you'd see people walking around and one person's wearing a mask out of a couple thousand, just to be considerate. I think that might be a new thing going forward.
Yeah.
But yeah. At first I was just like, oh man, what are they like? Do they know something, like something's up or something at all? But yeah, no. Then I got looking at it. I'm like, that's just being courteous.
But I mean, I have a John Stockton bobblehead right there,
right
on my shelf.
Yeah,
I'm like,
kind of puts a little bit of bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah. Maybe I should make a little paper mask, stick it on him. And I don't know if you saw, but down at the Vivid Arena on his statue, somebody put a mask on his statue.
Nuh-uh. Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. That's hilarious. That's good. So Chris Evans joins The Rock for a Christmas movie. It's called Red One. Not much is known about the plot of Red One, but the project has been described as a globe-trotting, four-cornered action-adventure comedy, imagining a whole new world universe to explore with the holiday genre.
Wait, The Rock's making an action-adventure comedy?
What? He's really
Weird.
branching out. Okay,
Man.
and that's the problem, is I didn't much care for that Ryan Reynolds movie with him.
Me neither.
Right?
Wasn't good.
It was garbage.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's going to be kind of what they're going to do. And I'm like, Chris, don't do it, dude.
Yeah.
Like, save yourself.
It's like, Chris, you're better than that, man.
Yeah. Ever since, like, I saw Knives Out and some of those other ones that he's done, I'm like, all right, the dude can definitely act.
Oh, yeah.
But then I feel like he's going to get caught up in this whole quirky, like, joking around. And I don't have high hopes for this one.
I thought he was looking to retire.
Really?
Chris Evans, yeah. I thought he was gonna. I remember him saying he was gonna take a step back and like do more directing and stuff, but I don't know.
Do stuff behind the camera.
Yeah, I guess maybe if The Rock comes calling, you answer the phone.
Yeah. The best duo, I think, as far as chemistry goes, is I do still think The Rock and Kevin Hart. Even though it's, I mean, when they were in, what was the Central Intelligence?
Yeah.
That one was actually pretty fun and clever. Well, not clever, but just like, it was quirky.
I really liked that Jumanji movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess technically it's the second one, but like the first one with that new cast.
Oh,
I thought that one was really good.
Yeah. I did not like the second one at all. No, it was trash. But no, I like that one, and I feel like they're just milking this.
Yeah.
This whole buddy duo kind of crap, and it bugs me.
The Rock is quickly careening into Redbox movie territory.
Yes. Yeah,
With
where they'll go straight to
like
Redbox.
Nick Cage and Bruce Willis are right now.
What does The Rock have to do in order to change that kind of persona? Because, like, for the most part, he'll just do action, family, kind of buddy comedy kind of a movie.
I think he needs to step away from that. Let's have him do something else. Let's have him do something serious.
Think he could do horror?
Oh, yeah. He could do horror. Sure.
I'm trying to think whether he would actually be the good guy or the bad guy, because it'd be really difficult. He's a big dude.
He'd have to be the bad guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because if he's the good guy, who's going to take him on?
Have to be a big ass, like Shaquille kind of size dude. And he'd probably have it written in his contract that he can't lose to the killer.
Right.
So if he is, what do you have him do? Similar to like that. What was the Russell Crowe movie? Unhinged.
Yeah.
Do something similar to that.
Maybe something like that. I think it'd be cool if you had him in a movie, maybe like a slasher or something, and you bill it as like, oh, The Rock is going to be this, this psychopathic killer or whatever, and he doesn't say a word the entire time.
Really?
He's just silent the whole time. I think that'd be really kind of interesting.
Okay.
No one would see that coming.
No. Yeah. With him usually like having all the words.
Yeah.
He's usually talking a lot in these movies. So that could be pretty interesting. But I'm not looking forward to this one.
No.
Which kind of sucks. Because I'm like...
I mean, there was a point I watched every movie The Rock was in.
Right.
I never miss one, but now it's just like, it's a hit or miss. It really is.
It unfortunately is.
Yeah. It's like the more control over his career that he's got, the worse his movies are becoming.
Exactly. Yeah. Now that he can pick and choose what he wants to do.
Yeah. Now, like, he has his own studio and everything.
The Rundown, I thought, was really good.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't have control over that one.
No.
I'm trying to think of some of these other ones.
Scorpion King, that was fun. It wasn't great, but it was fun.
What was that, Tooth Fairy one?
Yeah, Tooth Fairy was bad.
I'm just thinking of his, like, earlier movies.
Driver or Driven? Something like that.
Drove?
Driving? I don't know. That one was good. What was the other one I was just thinking of? Walking Tall, that was good.
Oh, yeah. I actually really liked that one.
Yeah. When he was still kind of just
an up and coming.
Well, and also like human size. Like he was still big, but he's like human size. Now he's like, he's reached comic book level muscles.
Yes. Yeah.
Jeez. Anyway. Going from The Rock to the Pebble.
Best fucking segue ever.
Peter Dinklage slams Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarves remake. Oh, he would hate that joke I just made.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones star Peter Dinklage explains why he is not impressed with Disney's upcoming live-action remake of the animated Snow White. So, this is what he says. He says, literally, no offense to anyone, but I was a little taken aback when they were very proud to cast a Latina actress as Snow White, but you're still telling the story of Snow White and the 7 Dwarves. Take a step back and look at what you're doing there. It makes no sense to me. You're progressive in one way, and then you're still making that fucking backwards story about 7 dwarves living in a cave together. What the fuck are you doing, man? Have I done nothing to advance the cause for my soapbox? I guess I'm not loud enough. Well, you gotta...
Yeah. Stand on another soapbox, like 2 of them maybe?
Yeah, a few soapboxes.
I don't know. Like, he actually has changed it a lot for, these smaller people.
Well, that's the thing. He is getting roles based on his acting ability alone.
Yes.
Like when he was in X-Men The Last Stand, or not Last Stand, Days of Future Past. He played Trask. Trask has always been, an average guy. He was never a little person, but they cast him because he's a good actor and he's a name.
I really thought he did a fantastic job in I Care a Lot.
Yeah.
That one was another one that I was just like, all right. Even what they did with like Elf, I know that he had said that he didn't want this role if he had to play an elf.
Yeah.
So he didn't, and it worked out perfectly. I'm going through some of his other...
What was that movie he was in where he was like...
3 Billboards?
No, well, yes, that one too. He was good in that one. Where he was like the last man after some sort of apocalyptic event.
Oh,
remember that?
Yes, yeah.
What was that movie called?
It was a comedy, right?
No, it was not a comedy.
Oh, no, I know which one you're talking about, where he's like the last man. Yeah, I own that one.
What was that called? The
dude's done so much.
What was it? The Boss, Taxi, Pixels, Destiny, The Irishman, Lowdown. I'm not even seeing it on his IMDb.
I'm not either.
That's weird. That's so strange. Heads will roll between 2 firms.
Oh, I think We're Alone Now.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. I think We're Alone Now.
It was kind of a Last Man on Earth, kind of I Am Legend movie, where he's going around checking off these these towns, clearing out everything.
Clearing out the bodies.
And then he sees those fireworks.
Yeah.
They go up, and then he's kind of like, wait, what's going on here?
Yeah, that was good.
It was. Yeah.
But, I mean, back to this story, I can see what he's saying.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the movie is Snow White and the 7 Dwarves.
It is.
So if you're going to make Snow White, it's kind of a package deal. I guess if you don't want to have the dwarves, then I guess just don't make
Snow White straight up Snow White movie,
or that, But I mean, I don't know. It's just they're so intricate in that story that, I mean, how could you change that?
they're pretty woven together.
Yeah.
Like, that's a large part of the film.
It'd be Snow White and the 7 regular sized men. Which I rented that movie once. Not what you think. But
like Dopey was hung. Sleepy, he's just like, all right.
There was the dwarf horny. There was pervy. There was there was fetish. There was. Yeah.
Let's just say that, Snow White didn't get much sleep. Yeah, I guess you really couldn't do that film if you wanted to do it live action, with it being tasteful. Yeah. Unless it was just Snow White.
But I mean, he's not wrong, where the little people and dwarves seem to be kind of the...
You have to keep it animated.
Yeah, like that's the last... It's the last group of people where it seems like it's okay to continue to cast him in these stereotypical parts? Like,
I feel like fat people, and when it comes to fat
true.
people and comedies,
That's true. You got
there's another one. There's a couple of ones that you're just like, oh, that's kind of in poor taste, but
yeah.
But no, I get what you mean. It's one of the last few okay things that you can get away with.
Yeah, I mean,
which is unfortunate.
Not poke fun at, but not
it's socially acceptable.
Yeah, not weave them into the whole PC culture.
Right.
It seems like they're not quite in that circle yet.
Mm-hmm.
But he's right. Peter Dinklage has done a lot to make that happen.
Thanks in large part to Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think not unfortunately, but like I don't think that you can do a Snow White if it's going to be live action. If that's the case.
Yeah.
Because he's got a really good point that like they're progressive in certain ways, but then in other ways it's just like, all right.
Yeah.
So Mr. Beast launches a new chocolate and a new company. Mr. Beast is a popular character, YouTube star, and he's done other things in the past, like Mr. Beast Burger, which opened about 300 different. Like he piggybacked off of other places to release his burger. It's not like he opened up like a whole new restaurant, but now he's got a snack company. It's Feastables, and what he's going to do is he's launching a candy bar line. And they're going to have, which are Mr. Beast bars, which they're supposed to be a little bit more healthy. They're plant-based, gluten-free. So,
yeah.
It doesn't. Okay, they've got original chocolate, almond chocolate, and crunch chocolate.
Quinoa crunch.
Yeah. So he's going to release
Mr. Beast.
He's releasing all these chocolate bars. They're going to have a QRL code on it where you can win other prizes, and 10 lucky winners will get a chance. Well, they'll be flown out to LA to compete in one of his upcoming YouTube videos for $1 million. He's kind of doing a Willy Wonka move here, right?
Yeah, there's something about him that bothers me.
I think, like, for me, it's his personality a little bit, and also Mr. Beast, the name.
Yeah, it feels like at some point we're going to get information that he was, like, touching kids or something. Like, there's just, I don't know, there's something about him that just...
It's like Blues Clues meets YouTube.
Yeah, like it just
game show.
My spidey sense goes off when I see him. Like
he does look like he should be on the registered sex offender.
Yeah, there's something weird there.
Yeah,
that we just haven't found out yet.
Here, kids, have some of my chocolate.
And how long can he go? I mean, because he's spending all this money.
Yeah. Oh, he says if a YouTube video doesn't do well, like that Squid Games, if it didn't go well, because he spent like $3 million on that, he was going to be broke. Like, it just seems like he's living video to video to stay afloat.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. He's spending so much money so quick. Like, how long can this fuse burn?
Right.
Like, I think his 15 minutes is almost up, frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how did he not call him Beastables instead of Feastables?
Yeah, it was right there.
It's right there. Or Mr. Beastables Feastables or something.
Could you see yourself even trying any of these for the podcast?
I'd try them for the podcast, sure. If we can get our hands on some, I'll try them. Yeah. Maybe if we can get them for free, because I don't want to give him any money.
No. Yeah. You can buy like an 18-pack of them, I think, but it's like $40. And I'm like,
Jesus.
You can't even just buy like a single bar, it looked like, when I was looking into it, just to see if we could get one of each.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to go really super fast. But it's probably just enough money to get him by to make another video to hopefully that does well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because eventually this whole influencer culture is going to die.
Yeah.
It's going to fizzle out and die.
Well, see, and he's trying to make that transition though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To where to staying relevant and also moving into something that's going to be long term.
Let's hope he finds something fairly quick.
Yeah.
Because I'm predicting within the next 5 years, influencer culture is going to be dead.
Yeah. And unless they've made the fame from TikTok over to something that's going to be more sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're going to see a lot of out of work, poor former influencers.
Yeah. Some of them have done pretty well where they'll actually promote other products. And there are a couple of them that have actually made it into the film. Well, making films, movies, not making films, but making...
You know those films?
Well, not making pornos.
Yeah.
Actually being in movies or being featured. And I do like it when you see some of these people that are struggling artists and try to launch their music career through these other platforms and then actually do well.
Sure.
It's that's kind of cool, good for you, kind of work it, grinding it out to make something happen for yourself. But yeah, influence, they're not really influencers to me. I don't find myself
I'm not influenced by them.
Yeah. we do like talking about them.
Sure.
But yeah.
Although I have purchased a few Rhett and Link Good Mythical Morning things. Yeah.
Damn it. You've been influenced, Troy.
I've been influenced.
Wear a mask.
Only by them, though.
Don't pass it on to me. Wear a mask.
Because I respect what those guys have done.
Yes.
Anyway. This was kind of a sad story. The voice of Charlie Brown dies by suicide at 65.
Oh, wow.
So, the actor who voiced the cartoon version of Charlie Brown in the 1960s has died. Peter Robbins was 65, and his family said the cause of death was suicide. Robbins began his work as Charlie Brown as a child in 1963, and he would go on to get a tattoo of the character as well. That's the word. He would go on to get a tattoo of the character as well, one as of Snoopy.
Oh, as well? Okay. One of Charlie Brown and also of Snoopy.
And Snoopy.
Yeah, okay.
Whoever wrote this kind of messed up there.
Wait, how old was he again?
65.
Okay.
As tributes to the comic strip characters created by Charles Schulz. Robbins had bipolar disorder since being diagnosed. Let's see, we're told. Oh, sorry. Robbins, who had bipolar disorder, told Fox 5 San Diego in 2019, after completing a prison sentence for making criminal threats, that, quote, I would recommend to anybody that has bipolar disorder to take it seriously because your life can turn around in the span of a month like it did to me. I came out of prison, and I'm a better person for it.
Wow, they really kept that under wraps because I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, me neither. He had apparently a pretty rough life post Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, that sucks.
He probably did the voice act for that movie that came out in 2016, which I thought was really underrated. I
wasn't
enjoyed
bad.
it. No, it was pretty funny.
I don't think that was him.
No, probably not. He was in prison during that time. I don't know.
Plus, he's also a grown man. I don't think he can voice a child anymore.
It's interesting to me though because a suicide for me, I feel or at least the way that it's impacted my life with other people that I've known that have committed suicide, they've been around our age or even younger. It's not too often that you hear about. Well, okay, I guess Ron Williams, he was 63.
Yeah,
when he did, but it's not too often that you see these people that are well established and have that you think are pretty like they've lived quite a bit, that you're just like, all right, they're probably just gonna die of like old age.
Sure.
But it's just interesting to me when you hear about these like older people that are also they struggle with things as well.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wow, I didn't even know about that until like after the fact that they were struggling with like so much. And like I wish I would have seen some of the signs and stuff. But like with this gentleman, I feel like, you know, being bipolar, I don't know, you'd almost want to like keep a watch on him.
Sure.
And just like, but dang.
Yeah,
Do you have pretty fond memories of Peanuts and Peanuts movies? And
No.
No?
I've actually honestly never really been a huge fan.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I can take him or leave him.
I will watch like the Charlie Brown, the Great Pumpkin, that one, the Christmas special.
I can't remember last time I've seen those.
Really?
Mm.
I think they're pretty funny.
I was more of a Garfield guy
Okay.
than a Peanuts guy. Garfield was more my jam.
One final story. Live action Marvel Master of the Universe finds its He-Man. The past is back, baby. Everything we've loved about the golden decades of yore is getting rebooted, recast, and wonderfully returned to our screens. Nothing gets fans more excited like a good casting announcement, and Netflix has teamed up with Mattel and found themselves a He-Man because they're going to be doing a live-action film. It is from West Side Story. Kyle Allen is going to be playing the iconic role. They've yet to say any of the other casting news, but they have landed and they have found themselves a He-Man.
So I wonder if he's just going to play Prince Adam and not so much He-Man.
Like, and then when he actually transforms into He-Man, then it's going to be somebody else?
Maybe somebody else. Like, I don't know.
I have, like, I was looking at his IMDb, and it's not very long. He doesn't have many, like, he doesn't have many roles to his name, which also can work in your favor, but the dude would also have to put on some weight.
Yeah.
And
well, that's what I was
size.
wondering. Like, he looks fine for Prince Adam, but for He-Man, I mean, He-Man is like the Rock size.
Yes.
So I don't know how they're going to do that, but...
They were able to do... Well, what I think they could possibly do is do what they did with Chris Evans. Or, Chris Evans. With, like, Captain America.
Well, it'd have to be opposite, because with him, he was big and they made him skinny with CG.
Yes. Yeah. They do something similar to that, where he looks like skinnier and then he's bulked out.
Right.
He'd have to at least get the same size as, like, Christian Bale.
Sure.
Like, where he looks a little bit more jacked, and then they could even add on a little more weight post-production.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how they do that. I'm curious.
You don't sound too excited about this project.
Not really.
No, after, like, the animated series kind of left a bad taste in your mouth?
Mm-hmm. There's a bad taste in my mouth, like a dry wiener going down hard. All right. Let's get to our Revs and Rex. I have both a Rev and a Rec.
Oh yeah.
Let me get to my Rec first. So because my blood pressure is about to go up when I get to my Rev. My rec for this week is a mobile game. You know how I love my mobile games.
Yes. And I found myself yesterday at work, like, looking for a good one. I was even Googling, best ones out there, so I have been jonesing for one.
This one is called Star Trek Legends. It's fairly new. It just came on Apple Arcade. And it's an RPG. It's a role-playing game. But what's cool about this is you can get characters from all the Star Trek series. So the original, Next Generation, Voyager, Discovery, all of them. And you can get crew members pretty quickly, too. I like that.
Some of those iconic characters, or is it just
so
random?
when it starts off, you get you automatically get Michael Burnham from Discovery, and I think you also get Worf. I think those are the two you kind of start out with. But I've only been playing a couple of days, and I already got Commander Riker, Leonard McCoy. Like I said, Michael Burnham, Worf, Belana Torres, Captain Janeway, Geordi LaForge. And you can level them up really quickly. Like my highest right now is Commander Riker, because he's always my favorite, so I leveled him up.
Yeah.
His power is at 625 right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it starts out when you get somebody at 50. So, yeah. But what's also cool is when you go through different maps, there are different paths you can take. But you have to have a certain crew member that's like part of engineering or medical
In order to unlock
in order
those?
to unlock it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So it kind of forces you to upgrade these other people and also to get them
Right.
on your crew.
Right. Yeah, so it's pretty fun. See, I've gone through 2 levels already, and each level has like 6 different chapters. And right now I'm on episode 3, The Hollow Sea. I'm on the last chapter.
Oh, okay. That they have so far?
That I have so far. Well, they have, let's see.
Do you have to pay, is it a pay to play?
No. They have 8 episodes or chapters so far. But yeah. Yeah, so if you're a fan of Star Trek, like I am, I highly recommend this game. It's a lot of fun. The animation looks really cool, and it's I haven't seen any lag or anything. Like, it's pretty yeah.
They put some time into it, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's get to my review. I saw one movie this week, like I said on Friday, when I got myself the day off. I think it's called the Requin?
Yeah.
The Requin? The Requin?
Requin.
The Requin? I think it's Requin. So, this movie stars... Oh, I just lost it. Hang on. I want to make sure I get everybody's name correct. Don't want to shortchange anybody.
Yeah, I feel like you're just like, this is your hit list.
Well, this movie stars Alicia Silverstone, James Tupper, Deidre O'Connell, Jennifer Mudge, and a bunch of other people you've never heard of. But basically, the 2 stars are Alicia Silverstone and James Tupper. So, the premise is they play this couple who had recently went through a traumatic event with not an abortion, stillbirth. And so Alicia Silverstone's character, Jaylyn, is really traumatized by this.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, so the husband decides that they kind of need a vacation. So they end up going to Vietnam at this really nice seaside resort. And they're living on this house, or vacationing in this little house that's on the water. It's like on posts or like in the water. You've seen them before.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out it's during monsoon season, and the house gets washed out into the ocean.
Oh, geez.
And so now...
Staying afloat still?
Mm-hmm.
Well, for the most part.
For the most part. And so now it's about surviving in the middle of the ocean and there's sharks and... Yeah. Look, I had 2 movies to choose from that were new.
Yeah.
It was this one and Clean. And I thought, okay, I like a bit of dumb fun like 50 Meters Down or Deep Blue Sea or, these...
47 meters?
47 meters.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Or Deep Blue Sea. Or,
The Meg.
These big dumb shark movies.
Although I wasn't too big of a fan of Crawl. That one kind of bugged me.
Sure.
But yeah. No, I get what you mean.
If anything, okay, I'll have a good time. Even if the movie's crap, I'll still have a fun time. No. Fuck anyone who's involved with this movie.
Seriously.
The stars, the writers, the directors, the producers, the financiers.
Damn.
The lighting guys, craft services, anybody who's involved with this, I hope you get COVID in your reproductive organs.
Damn, alright.
And that you all become barren, because none of you should ever procreate to unleash more stupid onto the world. This movie is so bad. It is so bad. The dialogue, it's like it was written by somebody who's never seen a film before. The acting was horrendous. They had no money, first of all, you can tell, because there's one shot where the house was first washed out into sea. She gets thrown out the window, because of course she does, and he's hanging on to her, and they're heading towards this big rock. And so he lets her go. She goes under the house, and then it cuts, and you see the house against the rock. You don't even see it crash against it. And then you see her kind of swimming, or starting to swim to the house. Cut, she's in the house.
Wow.
Like, it's like they had no budget for this. They reused shots. It was horrible green screen, horrible CGI when it came to the sharks.
Rotten Tomatoes, they've got 4 people that reviewed it. It's not even on the chart, and the audience score is at 17.
That's too high. That's way too high.
They probably paid a couple of people to get a better score.
There was a line. There was a line that made me so... Oh my gosh. It was Alicia Silverstone. I'll spoil it for you. I don't give a shit. She made it to land.
Yeah.
Somewhat. And she kind of has this dream where she envisions the ghosts of her husband, who did die, by the way. Thankfully, he died. Because I hated this. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he died. And so she kind of sees his ghost, quote unquote, and he's talking to her, and he's like, "You need to live, survive." And she goes, "I'm not kidding, and I'll act this the way she does." She says, "So, you'll be with me always?"
Wow.
I am not kidding.
She really is clueless.
It was just like that. I was so angry.
Oh, jeez.
I was rooting for the sharks to eat these people.
That sounds awful.
This movie is not fun. It's not entertaining. It's not enjoyable at all. Most of it, I sat on my phone playing my Star Trek game.
Was there anybody else in the theater?
No.
Really? Oh, jeez. That's like your first sign?
Yeah. It's bad. It's maybe one of, if not the worst movie I've ever seen.
Dang.
Yeah.
And that's saying something. You've seen a lot of Nicolas Cage movies.
I have. That it is so predictable when they first got, or when the house first started, like the waves crashing in on it. I said to myself, if this guy breaks his leg and so he's incapacitated the entire movie, I'm going to scream. And sure enough,
wow.
He gets pinned between the bed and the wall, and he breaks his leg. Oh, this stupid movie.
Out of 5 sharks? What do you
0. 0.
Wow. I don't think we've ever had... Like, we've had ones that were like 0.5 or 1, but I don't think we've ever had a 0. Dang. That's a first.
Fuck them all. Fuck this movie in its asshole. Oh, I'm so angry.
I paid money for this?
Yeah. That also makes me mad. Do not see this film. Don't see it. She survives. I'm going to tell you right now. I'll spoil it for you. Yeah. She survives.
So that she can live on, right?
So she can live on. And she had to overcome her fear of water because she gave birth in water and there was blood everywhere. And so when she's blood water, she has these little episodes where she freaks out and
yeah.
I hate it. I hate it. Oh, and then there's the one part where they made a point to say that this guy, her husband, her dad bod, milk toast, whitest man I've ever seen in my life, made a point of saying that he was a carpenter. Saying that, said, well, you are in construction. Like, no, I'm a carpenter. So you think, okay, that's going to come back.
Yeah.
Because he's got wood everywhere. He's going to be able to make something. No. He doesn't do anything with his carpentry skills. I don't know why they had that line in there in the first place. It never comes back.
It's like, hey, can I be a carpenter? Well, Jesus.
But his legs get eaten off and he dies.
Huh.
Thank God that guy died. I actually laughed because you see his body floating.
Yeah.
And then you see the sharks grab it and pull it under.
Oh, geez.
And I laughed at that part. I was like, thank God he's dead. Okay. That was therapy for me.
You're welcome.
So bad. It was so bad. Okay. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. If you want to hear all of our episodes and listen... Oh, speaking of our DLCs...
Yes.
If you want to click over there, we're going to be talking about Peacemaker.
Something that's much better than this movie.
Yes. Something that is actually entertaining. So if you want to hear us talk about that, click on over there. If you want to listen to all of our episodes and other DLCs and anything else extra we post over there, go to patreon.com/worldwarg. If you want to just listen to our episodes proper, you can go to podbean.com/worldwarg. We're also on social media. Just search World War G. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, but we mostly use Facebook. You can find our merchandise at my spread shop, or just type in World War G and hit shopping. You'll find it. You can also email us anytime,
day or night,
at worldwargpod@gmail.com. So this has been World War G. That has been AJ.
That has been Troy.
Stay geeky, my friends, and do not see the Requin. Don't see it! Everybody who's involved in that movie should be dragged out into the street and shot!